Eventually, the rabbit's like, "Can I have a bite?" "Nah, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids." It's like, what the fuck? And then over the time, and then they boycott this man from getting tricks. He's on the fucking box. He's on the fucking box. They forbid this man. Sorry, boycott was wrong term. They forbid this man.
I'm laughing because you didn't use the word wrong. It's just hilarious.
Windmill, windmill for the land, turn forever hand in hand. Take it all in on your stride. It is ticking, falling down. Love forever, love is free. Let's turn forever, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land. Is everybody in? Hey guys! Is that enough singing for you this time?
That's bad. I don't know what the fuck he says. Anyway,
laughing gas these hazmats, fast cats, lighting them up like ass cracks. Play these ponies at the track. It's my chocolate attack.
I was like,
watching you as I'm laughing. Anyway,
actually,
is that enough singing for you this time, Jazz? Was that enough?
Yeah. And if y'all want to know what we talk about, guys, people watching / listening, look at the last one with Viva Las Vegas. Anyway, how y'all doing? Like,
hey guys, you know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent, big ugly himself, Omari Ellis, feogrande on YouTube, Pete on the show, and various other things, I'm sure. And I'm here once again with the Whatever We Want podcast. But as usual, I am not here alone because I am here with my partner in crime, one of my best friends ever, the great Superjaz, hanging himself with a shirt. What's going on over here?
No, I'm not hanging myself. you know, like the breakdance move where you did
okay.
But my collar ain't big enough, so I guess it did look like I was hanging myself.
Gotcha.
It was funny.
Like that kind of shit?
No, where it's like, zoop.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Like a little elevator looking thing.
Up here and you slide down.
Right. You've seen people do that before, right? Okay, anyway, what's going on, everybody? Yes, as he said, I'm Jazz, aka Superjaz, SJ, JT, whatever you want, what have you, and the like. And as he said, yes, this is the Whatever We Want podcast, where we, as I always say, we do not lead the conversation. The conversation leads us, and we let the chips fall where they may. Every Wednesday. I mean, if you want to make such a big deal out of it, you gonna have to say it. All right, but yeah, that's it for my intro. So, did you have something you had to basically start? Otherwise, I got something if you don't.
All right, go right ahead, good sir.
All right. Well, basically, hopefully our energy level is. I'm gonna break the fourth wall just a tad on this one, just a little bit. Hopefully our energy level is actually up for this one because we are filming it late at night. Filming it 10:43 Central Time is what I'm looking at, and then my man Pete being an hour ahead of me means that it's 11:43 for him. And what I was gonna say is the reason why we're filming it so late is because I'm just getting back to being cool and being okay. I was basically gonna start. We can start off by talking about how much getting sick sucks. Fucking sucks. Sucks a lot. You want to know how sick I was? Look back, like I think it was either last episode, 2 episodes ago. Yeah, I think it was last episode. Yeah, getting sick sucks. I hadn't been sick in a little bit. I mean, if I'm being honest, I get sick or like sickish, honestly, twice a year, pretty much. Just like my whole life is my cross to bear, so to speak, because I get seasonal allergies. So whenever the seasons change, which is typically around March or April, or typically around October, I just usually get runny nose, sneezing, sometimes coughing, When it's really bad, I can't take more than 2 sips of water at a time. And if I could be a little graphic, when I'm really sick with what I'm talking about, I can, no matter how much water I drink, my piss comes out really dark. So yeah, that's when I'm like really sick. I know. I said I'm being a little graphic. You like, what the fuck? but but this time around, I don't know what it was, but I was sick, man. Like I said, I don't think it was, the big bad and nothing like that. I don't think it was, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't think it was that shit. But whatever it was, it's something going around like, St. Louis or my place of work or whatever the fuck. But it was bad. It was the one thing I remember. I was off and on sick for about a week and a half. And the one thing I remember from this go around was the bathroom in my apartment is like not far from my bedroom at all. Mm-hmm. I'm going somewhere with this and nowhere weird, but it's not far from my bedroom at all. Like they basically like pretty much right next door to each other type of shit. So I remember I go to use the bathroom and then like this is how like cloudy, fatigued, whatever I was. I got to use the bathroom. I'm using the bathroom and all of a sudden I realized, oh shit, my legs can't support me. What the fuck? And I stumbled back and collapsed on my fucking bed. I damn near like fell out on the fucking tile. Like after I was like peeing. That was crazy. Yeah. I don't be fainting and doing shit like that. I've never fainted a day in my life. I didn't faint this time. But for me to be sitting up here and then all of a sudden to be like, oh shit, I can't hold my own weight. And stumble back to my bed. Yeah, that shit was crazy. My head was getting cloudy off and on, and like I said, fatigued and shit. I missed about 3 days of work. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but no, it was bad. It was bad for a minute. So getting sick sucks, man.
Yeah, like, it does. Hey, speaking of possibly getting sick, possibly coming down something. Does it look like this is a huge ass bump on the side of my face?
From where I'm looking at now. I was wondering what you were looking at.
Yeah, my face. I know I have a bump here, but looking at the camera, it's looking like it's...
From what I'm looking at, you look fine. Just a whole lot of ugly.
Yeah, I'm just...
I'm not really going to insult somebody who fucking... His whole fucking like branding is being ugly, right? Yeah. Someone who fucking calls himself ugly in another language. You're not really going to insult them by calling them ugly. But I was wondering what you were looking at. No,
maybe I'm all right. Sorry, but yeah, I was listening to you, but I was also like, wait, what the? Because I was told I had a big bump on my face earlier, and I realized I hadn't looked on the mirror. So I was like, is it really that fucking?
Does it feel tender?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I think so. I think this feels different than the rest of my skin as opposed to here. Oh, no. Yeah. I'm just trying to use a visual aid. Anyway, random talking about face blemishes. But yeah, no, being sick sucks. And you mentioned seasonal allergies and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get them all the time. I spend the majority of the year waking up and or going to sleep with the stuffy nose, which is why I always hate when I get sick because it always sneaks up on me. Because, I wake up stuffy nose or something. Well, that's like every day. It didn't go away after a couple hours. I'm fucked.
It's one of those things. Are you one of them people? I know a lot of people had a whole thing where they have to, people have they have to keep the fan moving. Like they have to have the fan on no matter how cold it is. Some people like that. They have to have the air circulating, otherwise they'll get stuffy.
I get stuffy anyway.
Oh, was the fan is on or not?
Yes, but I do prefer a fan on. It is easier for me to sleep with a fan on, but I get stuffy regardless.
That's funny. But no, like I said, the scariest thing about this whole little ordeal was, like I said, because, I had, like I said, the coughing and, cloudy head and all that. But the scariest one was when I was fucking peeing, and as I finished up, motherfucker damn near collapsed. I was like, what the hell? So that shit was crazy. I don't know what it was. Like I said, something going around. My dad told me he had something for a hot second, and other coworkers telling me that they, had some shit that lasted for a minute and shit like that. And my coworkers had something like that, like I said, I don't think it's like the big bad, like I keep saying, but it didn't seem like it was that. But just getting sick sucks, man.
Yeah,
just fucking getting sick. When was the last time you got sick?
December.
What happened in December?
I got sick, I had a cough, coughing up mucus. I thought I would be fine, but I just kept coughing a bunch. It was terrible. Like I had 1 day of scratchy throat, 3 days later I still have a cough. I have it for about 3 or 4 more days. I had actually had it until 2 days after Christmas. Like I was about to come back here. I had that cough that entire time. It kept getting, and I was just coughing up mucus. Nothing else. Not even like that bad of a stuffy nose. If my nose ran, it was because it was as a result of me coughing.
Well, it doesn't sound like it was that bad of a.
It was bad in the sense that when I cough real hard, my head hurts, and I start feeling like someone's reaching in the back of my head and squeezing it.
I remember you having some type of
yeah, because I was there when you were. Yeah, that's kind of what I was referring to.
Well, the way you said it, I know you well enough and have known you long enough that the way you said it, I was like, clearly he's alluding to something that he's like, how do you not remember this? Like, I know you to know that you were getting it done. But I didn't play into your tricks. I didn't play into
like, oh yeah, that. How's that playing into my tricks? If all I'm doing is reminding you.
I didn't play into your I'm going to clearly allude to this without actually clearly saying it, but you clearly said it this time. So I don't know. You didn't allude necessarily to anything, but I'm not going to play into your tricks of, haha, you should know.
Tricks for kids.
What let me try to phrase what I'm trying to say. What I'm about to say I don't necessarily agree or disagree with. But for the sake of conversation, is it that big of a deal that they didn't get at Rabbit the tricks?
Yes.
In the podcast, everyone. No,
I will never understand that. Yeah, no. You want to bring it up? I was the rabbit fucking introduced this goddamn. No, didn't we have this? Didn't I go on something about this before? If not on this, it was on the cereal. Top 10 cereal list that we read.
Oh,
where
yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure the rabbit gave these damn kids the tricks to begin with. And on some cool, like, hey guys, how you doing? I got this new cereal that's just for kids. It's called Tricks. Check it out. And they're like, oh, these are great. You got the different fruits and shit. And eventually the rabbit's like, can I have a bite? Nah, silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. It's like, what the fuck? And then, over the time, and then they boycott this man from getting tricks. He's on the fucking box. He's on the fucking box. They forbid this man. Sorry, boycott was the wrong term. They forbid this man.
I'm laughing because you didn't use the word wrong. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, they forbid this rabbit from getting his tricks forever on some tricks is for kids shit. When he starts dressing up in different disguises to try and get some tricks, and half of his disguises ain't even kids. He's disguised as an adult, and the kids are like, yeah, here's some tricks. And then he's like, and then someone's like, oh wait, that's the rabbit. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. It's like, motherfucker, you thought I was an adult 5 minutes ago and you was gonna give me this shit, you specious ass bastard.
Clearly you're not sticking to your own rules.
Exactly, this is some tricks is for humans shit, if anything. And if that is the case, fucking say it.
If that's
come out
case,
with it.
Oh shit. He's like, if that's the case, just fucking say it. Just say it's not for animals, bitch.
Yeah. Tell it like it is, huh?
Well, like I said, for the second conversation, I was bringing it up, but no, I agree, and everybody fucking agrees. But of course, that is who the Kellogg's. That's Kellogg's running joke. Is obviously no shit. The rabbit deserves the fucking tricks, so clearly that motherfucker's never gonna get the tricks. He deserves the tricks. He should get the tricks. He's the man. Imagine like that little rubber ducky thing or whatever. People who listening, he got a little rubber ducky thing in front of his bike.
Oh,
imagine that little rubber ducky thing. If it was like your brand of rubber duckies, and they were like O's like duckies or some shit like that, and then you were like, hey Jazz, and Ibn be my older brother for those who don't know, but like, hey Jazz, like you come to us. Can I play with O's rubber ducky? And we were like, no. Be like, bitch, it's my fucking duck. What the hell? Right, I'm O, right?
I'm O. No, but so there's that, and the rabbit deserves some tricks. Lucky deserves some peace and fucking quiet.
They don't really fuck with Lucky like that.
Not no more.
What did they do?
Constantly chase that nigga trying to steal his goddamn cereal. Everywhere he turned, the kids are chasing him, and he's like, oh shit, my Lucky Charms, they're after my Lucky Charms. That was this whole thing. And then, like, eventually he kept coming out with different powers or a new marshmallow to distract them. Because it's like, oh wait, y'all keep chasing me. You know what? Here's a new marshmallow. Oh, this is cool. And then eventually he's like, here's a new marshmallow, hourglass shit. Wait, I can control time? I'm out of here. And then they stopped having commercials for Lucky for a while. I think only recently I saw a Lucky Charms commercial with like some new kids chasing Lucky, and I'm like, this man evaded the kids for like 8 years because he learned time travel. It was GG's. He learned time control. He's like, I can control time? Wow. And that was the last commercial I remember seeing. What? That was the last new commercial I saw. It literally ended like, I can control time? Oh, and I'm like, oh, that's the end of the game. Lucky got out. Once you get time magic, it's over. And it was for a long time until they decided, I guess, to reboot the Lucky Charms universe or some shit, because the new animation style and everything with the commercial I saw a couple months ago. I'm like, oh, they finally started doing Lucky Charms commercials again. This ain't the same Lucky. This is a different universe Lucky.
The Leprechaun of Persia. Do you think in our lifetime Kellogg will finally go ahead and say, okay, cool, and let the rabbit try the tricks?
No. Well, maybe, actually.
And I mean,
I could see that. I could see that on some trying to teach kids that we should all get along and share shit,
Oh, yeah.
Public statement.
Like that. Yeah,
tricks are for kids and everyone else.
Tricks are for sharing. That's what it changed to. Tricks are for sharing. Yeah. What was I gonna say? This is my question though. Why can't the rabbit just go buy himself a fucking bowl and say fuck them damn children?
Because the commercials need to happen. Same thing with Barney. Doing all his stupid Barney my Pebbles, him doing all his schemes to take Pebbles away from Fred when he could just go to the store and fucking buy some.
Barney could easily go and buy. Barney has these same means of getting food that Fred Flintstone does. So Barney clearly could just take some fucking money, wait his ass in the fucking grocery store line, buy a fucking bowl, the few boxes of fucking Fruity Pebbles, sit his ass down, shut the fuck up, get some milk and say, it's delicious.
But here's the thing that makes Barney different from the Tricks rabbit. Barney succeeds, and he eats the pebbles in front of Fred and laughs half the time. Barney, my pebbles! Won't you again, you fucking dumbass? Right. And that's why he doesn't buy any. Because he can succeed on his... Because he succeeds with his schemes. He may piss Fred off and have Fred chase him, but I think that's just part of the game at this point. He's happy getting one over on Fred and ending up with the bowl of cereal.
What about the I think they replaced his ass with a fucking wolf, but the Cookie Crisp dog. Now
they did.
Which is fucking weird when I saw that shit.
Mm.
That was weird when I saw that. But he doesn't deserve Cookie Crisp because he's a fucking too big thief. No.
He is a thief. He's trying to steal the Cookie Crisp.
And I mean, okay. Isn't one of the best ways to not get caught if you're stealing something to make a fucking scene by goddamn howling with your dumb ass?
Where did it go? The criminals got away. Cookie Crisp. Oh, he's that way.
Oh, he's right over there. Like, what the fuck? Oh shit. But no, so that I think out of all the mascots, I think the dog probably or the wolf. Canine, there you go.
Yeah, it eventually was a wolf. I think they replaced him with a wolf.
And I think the wolf is like less thievery. I think he's like less of a thief.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is. I think he didn't stick around long either, or Cookie Crisp commercials didn't stick around long either after the wolf came into play.
But he don't deserve them goddamn cereal because his ass is a fucking thief. They probably would have given him fucking Cookie Crisp. They probably would have unliked the rabbit.
They gave him because he held him at gunpoint. See, Rabbit, that's the difference. You ain't willing to go the extra mile.
You ain't about that life.
You ain't about that life.
The Cookie Crisp, you turned and said, Rabbit, you ain't about that life. I'm just trying to be nice and funny. Where that get you?
You just got a point. Fucking Barney. Just like, you ain't doing it.
Yeah, Barney's in between where he's not holding him at gunpoint.
Yeah, but he's definitely pissing off Fred specifically.
At this point, Barney don't even want the goddamn like Fruity Pebbles.
He's
just doing this shit to fucking Fred.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think after a while, it's just like I just want to fool Fred into giving me this cereal so I can get a laugh for the day.
Yeah, he's fucking like he's bored, right? You ever notice, right, that at least from what I've seen, Betty and Wilma are not on those commercials?
I didn't notice.
I've seen like Pebbles and Bam Bam, I believe.
Well, yes. Yeah. I mean, Pebbles probably showed up in a lot of them, considering.
Because it's Fruity Pebbles?
Yes.
Bro, it's cereal. You over here making it was Fruity Pebbles, so of course she showed up.
Well, yes, of course she did. It's named after her.
Like, no shit, Jeff. Well, it's Fruity Pebbles.
Oh boy, I sure hope like the fucking what are they? Bakers? I'm not exactly sure who they are. The fucking sound effects.
I'm not even gonna say.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Oh, okay.
The Snap Crackle Pop. It's like saying, "Oh man, I hope they showed up in some Rice Krispie treats commercials or Rice Krispies commercials." Of course they do.
The name happens to be Fruity Pebbles, and her name happens to be Pebbles. It doesn't mean no shit. Pebbles is gonna show up in the Fruity Pebbles episode.
I said she showed up in a lot because they're named after her.
Fuck out of here! Don't fucking say that shit like with no shit. You
Barney.
stupid. Anyway. Cookie Crisp, going back to that shit, that was always kind of some weird cereal too. You ever had Cookie Crisp?
Yeah, I remember.
It wasn't bad, but it was
being what I thought it would.
It was like you were eating fucking cookies. Like that was the whole thing too.
Yeah, I guess it was exactly what I thought it would be, but also I thought it would be better. Like as a kid, like, oh, cookies for breakfast. Yeah. Oh. This is cookies.
It was like they took a cookie and made cereal out of a cookie. Instead of just having cookies or having cereal, it was like they made cereal out of cookies. I mean, they succeeded in what they were trying to do, but it was weird. Now, you know what cereal, you talk about what cereal was like not what I like I thought it would be better. It wasn't what I expected and wasn't that good. Was them like Oreos?
Yeah.
Where like the little Oreo ring thing.
No, I know. I said yeah.
Yeah. That was never That was never as good as I hoped. There was like a weird kind of chocolatiness to it, and there was like a weird kind of sweetness, and like a weird sugary. And you poured milk on it, and it was like it was cool, but it wasn't like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Who else? No, I think we definitely mentioned that, Tony's the mascot that the kids are all cool with because they kind of have to be. Oh, we definitely talked about this before because I'm pretty sure I opened up an episode talking about Crunch-a-Ties for one of them.
Does Captain Crunch cut the roof of your mouth?
Sometimes, but not always.
I don't really think Captain Crunch cuts the roof of your mouth as much as some people say.
It not enough. If it does, not enough for me to stop eating it.
It's some good. Captain Crunch is some good shit. That's a good point. Captain Crunch is some good. Crunch. All right, now you want to hear something blasphemous?
Talk to me.
All right. It's good cereal. I'm going to preface it by saying it is really, really good cereal. I love it. It's great shit. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a little overrated.
Those are blasphemous.
What'd you say?
I think I was expecting something slightly more blasphemous than I love this cereal, but it's a little bit overrated. Thought you were about to slander something, but no, I love me some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I like it more than Captain Crunch, that's for sure. But
I don't know which one I like better. But the reason why I say
can see you saying that
is because a lot of people sit up and act like Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like the second coming of Jesus in cereal form.
I mean,
yo, but it's delicious. It's delicious. Don't get me wrong. Cinnamon Jacks might be a little bit better.
Like apple, but just focused on the cinnamon.
Like, okay, obviously, Apple Jacks. You never heard of Cinnamon Jacks?
No. I know that they
come in a yellow box and is made by like yellow brownish.
Is it Apple Jacks but with even more cinnamon?
No, it's not just Apple Jacks. It's like there's no apple flavor. It's like the cinnamon flavor Apple Jacks, and they added like another cinnamon cereal thing in there. So I guess in a roundabout way, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not Apple Jacks though. So yeah.
Okay.
But Cinnamon Jacks is fucking amazing.
Here might come my cinnamon.
we go from we can't get a rabbit to tricks to fucking stereotypical ass fucking cereal mascots. Who's the best cereal mascot?
The best?
Yeah. I have an idea in my head if you can't think of nothing to just kick it off.
I know my favorite.
Who's your favorite?
Tony. Fucking Tiger.
But I mean, is your favorite not the best?
Not necessarily. I mean, favorite is more subjective. Best is more objective. Okay,
so then who would you say is the best then? Because isn't this whole fucking conversation right now objective? I mean, not objective, subjective. That's why I'm like, no shit, this shit is subjective. But who would you say then?
I don't know. I'm trying to think what you mean by best. That's why I say you go ahead.
Motherfucker beside himself, bro. It is fucking serious. Taking this shit serious. Clearly, I'm the problem for not taking it serious. What I was gonna say was Tony. Who the fuck don't love Tony? Tony is that motherfucking man.
I like to say I love Tony. No, I don't. I like making fun of the captain.
Oh, the Captain Crunch dude.
Yeah, but I don't like him more than Tony.
He's drunk.
And as much as I'm an rabbit sympathizer, rabbit apologist.
Yo. I'm sorry, go ahead.
At the end of the day, Tony's a fucking tiger. And do you know what year it is? It's 2022, the year of the tiger.
Is it really the year of the tiger? Or are you just talking out your ass?
Yeah, Chinese Zodiac.
Okay, no, but I mean, it really is the year of the tiger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tony is the fucking man, and his cereal is good too. Although, if you really think about it,
I think it might be the fire tiger year too.
I didn't know they did elements.
Actually, I think it's wood tiger. Yeah, so it's the 12-month or the 12 years, but apparently there's like the 4 elements with those years as well. So you have, I didn't know like, they did elements. Earth, fire, water, air, I think, or wood. No, wood, fire, water, and something else.
That's wood, WOULD, right?
Huh? Oh my god.
I just wanted to see if you was paying fucking attention. I used to do shit like that when I was younger a lot of times. Say random shit, but say it quick enough and slick enough just to see people paying attention. Mm-hmm. What was I gonna say? Do you know what year you were born? Chinese Zodiac? No, not what year you were born. Because you knew what I was getting at.
You know what years you were born?
Leave it to your ass to fucking pause to make me sound like the biggest dumbass ever. You know what the fuck I'm in.
Yeah. Well, earlier I said I'm fairly positive I'm a fire tiger. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I definitely don't know my element. I didn't know that was a thing. I really didn't. But I am the ram, the sheep, the goat, depending on what you're looking at. I don't know what any of that means, but that's my thing. Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm a ram, and I'm
water tigers this year, but I'm a fire tiger.
So you are a tiger, okay?
Yeah.
And what's your what the fuck is this shit called? Just regular Zodiac, not Chinese Zodiac?
Libra.
American Zodiac. That's right. I knew you were a fucking Libra.
I'm the scales. I like to balance things. I like to look at things from 2 different sides of things. It takes me a while to make decisions too, because I overthink things, try to look at it from different angles, stuff like that.
Do you believe that your Zodiac is accurate?
To an extent. I mean, there are things it says that I can easily go, yeah, that's me. But there are things it says where I'm like, yeah, that ain't me. So it's fun to look at stuff like that and to talk with other Libras and be like, yeah, well, we Libras. But, I don't have to take it as doctrine. Like, I don't read the fucking newspaper every day, see how my day's gonna go. But I do feel like if you look hard enough, you can find things similar amongst people, in certain like groupings and stuff. Like a lot of Libras I have met, I have gotten along with, like, because we easily can. I feel like we have an easier way of understanding one another because we try to do that. And generally, Libras seem to get along with a lot of people, from what I can tell, because we're knowledgeable like that. Like, and the way I approach people is a similar thing too. It's like, I'm going to try, I think I mentioned this in another video, I'm going to try to see how we can get along before I focus on how we can like be enemies and stuff. Now, you do enough to piss me off and stuff, or once I've made my decision that this ain't gonna work, I'm kind of stubborn in that decision. Like, no, fuck this, I'm done. But same thing the other way around. Like, I'm willing, like, once friendship and everything's established, you're willing to give a bit more leeway on certain things. You know what I mean? To be like, well, I can look at this enough to be like, that's not, deal breaking. I'm mad, but I'm not, let's end the friendship mad yet. Mm-hmm. But so little stuff like that. Also, being a fire tiger and knowing about, like, why wouldn't I accept that? It's fucking awesome. But, and tigers are supposed to be, very passionate, emotional, sometimes very angry creatures. And, hey, how you doing? looking at stuff like that. So it's fun to look at stuff like that, but yeah, I don't take it as doctrine. But like
That's
my
the
mom
big.
was real big into astrology, and thus my sisters and stuff. Like she doesn't look at it as doctrine. She takes it slightly more seriously than me, but not. Oh, did you check your horoscope today? Like nobody I know personally is that into it.
I think that's
Thank
a bit
goodness.
much. Yeah. I think the people who like if you believe in it, to a large extent, okay. But the people who go ahead and they're like, I gotta read my horoscope to see how I'm supposed to act today. I think that is like, calm down just a little bit, live your life, get out, try to have a good time. That's a bit much. Um, if I'm being honest, I mean, to each their own. But if I'm being honest, I think that believing in like the zodiac shit, I think a whole lot of that stuff is coincidental. But then again,
Okay.
I've never. Why do you say it like that?
I'm saying, yeah, like I said, it could be coincidental, and you can still
I'm trying
laugh
to talk
about the
about it, bro.
fact that it is coincidental and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, as long as
Yeah,
you don't see it as doctrine, I don't see the harm in it.
that's the way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right, right. I just like I said, I think a lot of stuff is coincidental. I do think it is funny though that a lot of stuff does tend to start to have the similarities, and they do tend to kind of like seem like they got that way. But I mean, it's just so funny that you talk about like Libras in the sense are supposed to mesh with everybody because Aquarii, I don't know what the fucking plural is, but uh, Aquarius is supposed to do the same thing. Aquarius being the water bearer. So supposedly, if I got my stuff correct, Aquarius, the all the other signs really can't exist without Aquarius because we are the water bearer. So we, are the ones who are giving water to all the other signs. So basically, all the signs need us to an extent, or if they don't need us, we help all the other signs very much to an extent. Bearing water and all that shit.
Yeah, I can't think of any times you've helped me with anything.
Can't think fucking, wouldn't that be fucked up in 27 years of friendship? If I never helped your ass with shit. I can't think of nothing on top of my head. Okay, whatever. But wouldn't that be crazy if in 27 years of friendship, we ain't never help each other with nothing? The fuck? Just 27 years of friendship and just dad. Wait, not 27 years, 23 years. Jesus Christ. 27
I'm about to
years.
say 27. That's
I mean, I met your ass when I was
that's even longer than my estimation.
Yeah. That's why I was saying. I mean, I met your ass when I was 3. What the fuck? Motherfucker was sucking on his thumb and like, who's this guy? I said it just like that,
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's this guy? 3 years old, well spoken and shit. Fucking had on a fucking tie and everything. I was adjusting it when you walked in the door. I was like, who's this guy? Oh, he's an interesting fellow.
My word.
My word. But no, I'm with you on that lead. Like if what'd you say?
I say.
Please turn around and pass the penny candy. I don't fucking know. I go from sound like I'm 3 to sound like an old man. Like what the fuck? Anyway, but no, like we were saying, basically, I think like if you want to, and I don't mean you, but I mean people, if you want to look at some zodiac shit and stuff like that. But I also think that looking at zodiac stuff gets a little silly too when people get to the whole thing of like forming relationships off of it. Like supposedly I'm supposed to click with you, but oh wait a minute, he turned out to be a Gemini. It's like, or me and her were hitting it off, but oh shit, she was a Sagittarius. It's like, that's silly to me. Because it's like, you had the best chemistry in the world. Y'all were perfect. But, oh shit, the signs don't mesh. That's when I'm like, okay, don't let it dictate your life that goddamn hard.
Exactly.
Because there are a lot of people out there who do shit like that too.
Oh, I'm aware.
Well, you have obviously we don't need to go into detail, but you know people who are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Okay. But like I said, I think that's a little silly though. Where it's just like everything is perfect, and then it's like actually, I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, obviously we ain't got to go into detail because it seems like that'd be some personal shit anyway.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. But what was I gonna say? I was saying it's funny where you or thinking that it's funny too, where you were saying that you think a lot of Libras, well not a lot of Libras, but you usually click a lot of Libras. Because I thought what it's supposed to be that when it came to the same signs, supposedly same signs weren't supposed to mesh.
Not always.
Okay. I don't know about Aquarius, so I don't know.
I don't either. I don't either, but I know it's not always, because some signs, because of like their personalities or whatever, they aren't going to mesh with people with that same personality.
Yeah, it's supposed to be personality.
And I'm not even sure how Libras are supposed to interact with each other. I'm just going with my life. Like I find other Libras, real cool. But when I think about the whole supposed malleable nature of a Libra, personality with the scales, if you have a malleable personality with another malleable personality, y'all can malleate together and be cool. You know what I mean? As opposed to, I hate people, so do I hate you, likewise. Or I have to be in charge all the fucking time. Me. Well, I'm the one in charge now, bitch. Oh yeah, fuck you. Like, those can't work.
I was saying, Libras don't act like that.
No, they don't. I'm just saying there are personalities out there.
I'm being silly.
Yeah.
I'm being okay. So
yeah, there are personalities out there that are like that.
For the sake of comedic effect, and it didn't even have to be serious comedic effect, but just for the sake of making a little bit of a joke, I was saying that I know Libras aren't like that because the way that the transition and the flow of the conversation, we were talking about Libras. So clearly for this, when you were going off in your hyperbole, I pretended as though I didn't follow the hyperbole to make a slight deviation and then therefore make a little bit of a joke off of it. So that's what was, yeah. Anyway,
you couldn't help but follow because I'm a natural born leader as a tiger. Homie. So, what else? Oh, did we talk about the Elmo thing? The Elmo Twitter thing?
Shit? What is this Elmo thing? Something about a fucking rock.
Yeah, okay. So, Elmo, the homie. He's been on Sesame Street. They got this other...
He was going off, too.
Yeah, there was this other Muppet. I think her name's like Zoe or something. And Zoe. She's got an imaginary friend that's a pet rock, and usually everything's fine. Elmo doesn't get it. It's a rock, but whatevs. Cool. Rocco is the pet rock's name. Like, whatever. But apparently on a recent episode of Sesame Street, Elmo and Zoe went to get some cookies. And there was, the lady laid out some cookies, and Elmo's like, oatmeal raisin? That's Elmo's favorite. Elmo, take oatmeal raisin cookie. And the lady's like, sorry, we just sold our last oatmeal raisin cookie to Rocco. And Elmo's like, oh, that's fine. Elmo, just take his. And Zoe's like, no, Elmo, Rocco needs to have the oatmeal raisin cookie. And that's when Elmo had enough. What? Rocco doesn't need a cookie. Rocco can't cookies. Rocco doesn't have a mouth, Zoe. Rocco's not alive.
On the episode, he was doing this.
Yes.
On the TV show, he was doing this.
He got mad. He's like, Rocco's not alive.
I gotta see this when we stop recording. I gotta look this up.
I can send it. And like that was the clip, and he's like, Rocco's not alive. And then like later, like because I got that tweet, like, or my roommate sent me the tweet that had the clip from Sesame Street of that. And then like the next day, I see a tweet from Elmo that's like, "It's okay, everybody. Elmo and Zoe learned how to cooperate and share." I'm like, why is Elmo sending an apology tweet?
Right, there's a apology.
But he's like, Elmo doesn't want to talk about Rocco though. Like he's like, he says all this stuff. We learned how to share. We're cool. We're buddies again. But Elmo doesn't want to talk about Rocco. And then like minutes later, later that day, he says, "I'm like, seriously, has anybody ever heard of a rock eating cookies? Like that's ridiculous." And then
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, and then the response to it was the fucking rock. Yeah, this rock eats cookies. Blah 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 blah. And the rock's coming to Sesame Street. You tell Cookie Monster I'm coming down here to eat the cookie, to kick ass and eat cookies. And I'm eating all the cookies. He's like, I'll eat all the cookies on Sesame Street. And Cookie Monster replied to that with fucking me accept your challenge. And so someone was like, they're like, wait, so you mean we got Elmo versus a rock versus the rock versus Cookie Monster? And there was another picture. It was like, the main event of WrestleMania this year, Elmo and Cookie Monster versus The Rock and Rocco.
Oh yeah, people are memeing the fuck out this shit. Right.
I'm like, this is how 2022 starts.
I saw Elmo tweeting about it, and I saw you ever see a rock eating cookies or something, but I didn't really know what the fuck it meant. So I gotta see this clip. On the episode, Elmo just started going off.
Yeah.
You ain't got a mouth.
Yeah, Rocco doesn't have a mouth. Rocco's not alive. Like, damn.
This is a big thing. He must have really fucking went the fuck off.
I'm like, man. And someone's like, man, why you had to piss off my boy Elmo? Because, Elmo's the homie. He's been around for fucking ever. Everybody loves Elmo.
Well, I said the man, but the thing...
The monster.
The monster. That's right, because they're all monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole point of a lot of this shit was it was supposed to make monsters not so scary for kids. I think that was the point of this shit.
Oh, well, that didn't really work. Because kids are still scared of monsters. They're not scared of the Sesame Street monsters, but they're definitely scared of monsters.
Well, no shit, they still scared of monsters. I said I think the point was to try and help them not be so scary.
And I said that didn't quite work.
Well, no shit.
Yeah. Okay. Why are we getting mad? We good.
It's like
we are Gucci fam.
You can let's not talk about Gucci. I still don't talk about Gucci after that Gucci blackface bullshit they did about 2-3 years ago. You ain't. Pretty much everybody else has kind of moved on, which I think is a little strange. But no, there was a Gucci blackface shit. You ain't seen this picture Gucci blackface thing that they did about fucking, I want to say maybe 3 years ago or so. It was
probably not.
This is some shit we gotta look up when we turn the camera.
Oh God!
It's a white woman. Had to be probably maybe, you couldn't really see her face for real. Probably 27, 28, whatever, right? And she had a fucking turtleneck on. And she had a turtleneck pulled up pretty much like either like just above or just below her nose, right? And there was a mouth hole. And then around the mouth hole was big red lips. And there's a black turtleneck. So it just looked like the biggest fucking 21st century blackface ass, fuck you niggas ass shit I didn't see in my life.
I'm not even sure what that's supposed to mean.
it almost seemed like the most like y'all trying to do some new fashion, or we all just blatantly saying we hate black people? Like, what are we doing? Like, just
Like, I don't
blatant.
buy Gucci shit anyway. I just used the whole like, haha, we Gucci, blah blah blah. That the link that the kids use. Yeah, I'm Gucci fam, and just because I like saying it all corny like that. But what the fuck?
There were two things I used to say, and I say, hey man, you need a cough drop? No, I'm gravy. Hey, you still sick? Oh no, I'm Gucci. I stopped saying I'm Gucci after that. It didn't feel right. Like I stopped, and shit did not feel right. Did you see the fucking H&M thing? This shit was actually really fucked up. Like the Gucci shit, that shit is fucked up. That shit is definitely racist. That shit is what the fuck is wrong with y'all. But this shit was actually really fucked up.
I might
The
have.
hoodie, the H&M thing where it had the black kid in the hoodie and it said "coolest monkey in the jungle."
No.
I'm not even being funny. These niggas really did this shit. They really put this little black boy, had to be probably about 8 years old, in the hoodie, and it said "coolest monkey in the jungle." They really, yeah. Let us sink in. Stop talking for a second so you can let us sink in.
At least the Olympics fiasco with the Gabby Douglas thing was an accident. So, 2016 Olympics, Gabby Douglas, black gymnast girl. Mm-hmm. She had just won, like, I think the bars or some gymnast single event. And her nickname was already the Chimpanzee, which didn't help. But right after she wins, they're like, if she gets a gold medal, or she just had a good score and moves into the league. The next commercial was a fucking monkey like zoomed in on its face, talking about like some animal show that was coming up soon. Now they buy these commercial slots in advance, and they just say they're gonna do this, but to go from a girl, like a young black girl smiling as happy as she could be, to cut to a chimpanzee doing gymnastics, smiling its ass off, was like, oh, no, you can't do that. But this H&M thing, that's all them. That's all them. It's all their ad. They took the black kid, they put the monkey shirt on him, and they decided to make a commercial with it.
Well, I saw it like on the listing. I don't think it was on the commercial, but I think it was like listed like like on their page, like the fashion, like look at our clothes, look at our new like fashion that we got in and shit. But nah, the shirt straight up said "coolest monkey in the jungle." It was to the point where it was like fucking celebrities were like tweeting shit, talking about how that was fucked up, and like retweeting stuff with the kid in new hoodies saying "coolest king in the world" and shit like that, like trying to change it around and shit. But yeah, no, they really did this shit. I gotta show you them two things. Those were like a few years ago. Like I want to say 3 years at the most. That Gucci shit though. The coolest monkey in the jungle thing, that's actually kind of really fucked up if you think about it, because that's a little boy. And y'all motherfuckers really did this shit to a little kid.
Yeah.
That Gucci shit, that's racist. That's some fuck you shit. But that is like, y'all really set up here.
Like I said, I'm not even sure what that's supposed to mean.
Y'all set up here and blatantly.
Like, y'all at least called the kid a monkey, and I'm like, okay, I know what you were trying to say, and that's fucked up. The other Gucci thing, like, okay, clearly what you did is fucked up, but I'm not even sure what the message you're trying to get across here.
I think the message was fuck black people.
But you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Saying like what could your out be? What could you be alluding to? Right. But no, I don't think they was alluding to shit. I think they was like, maybe the niggas will finally get it. Fuck them. I gotta show it to you, bruh. The thing that did it is the fact that she has on a black turtleneck. It is pulled up above her face with the mouth hole, but the thing that did it is the red around the mouth. Because blackface, yeah.
Like, I just don't understand things, but I'm not supposed to, and so I don't.
Well, if you are supposed to try and understand this, or at least want to try and understand this, then hopefully you will want to follow us on our socials. So if you feel so inclined to do so, you can go ahead and start by following your boy, and you can go ahead and give me a like on my Facebook page. You can go ahead and find and follow me on Facebook under Superjaz, which would be spelled without the cough, SUPERJAZ. You can go ahead and find and follow me on Twitter, which would be under Superjaz2. So that would be Superjaz number 2. And you can also, if you feel so inclined, find and follow me on my Instagram under Forever Super Jazz. From time to time, I make music. I do get my rap on. So if you want to hear this soothing voice under some 4x4 beats, please, anywhere you stream your music, go ahead and look up My Secret Identity. That's the debut album that came out at the beginning of October. You may have to put in Superjaz, My Secret Identity, because I'm not that famous yet. Where can they find you, Pete?
Well, you know they can find me here every week, every Wednesday, as we stated earlier. You can also find me elsewhere on YouTube and YouTube/feogrande. That's Feo Grande. You can also find me on twitch.tv/Giotavi. That's Giotavi. I have a Twitter of the same handle, Giotavi. And, you know, I've been lately playing some stuff. I've been playing this game, Tales of Arise. It's an RPG. But it's fun.
Tales of what?
Arise. Yeah, it came out last year.
I heard about
I like the combat in the game. The story's a little cliche so far, but I watch Dragon Ball Z and shit like Dragon Ball Z. Cliche anime shit. I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? But I do have to be honest when I'm like calling out certain things about the story. Although I was wrong about one thing I found out last night. That was cool. Anyway, been playing that lately on stream, but I also, when I'm not playing stuff like that, I'm usually playing fighting games and stuff and the like. So stop on by. Chat! Say hello. I'll say hello back, you know, say some other stuff. Oh, yeah. That's where they can find me.
What'd you say?
I said that's where they can find me.
As always, we definitely always appreciate you all listening. We always appreciate you all watching. If you feel so inclined to, we always appreciate the comments. We simply just appreciate the fact that you gave a fuck to, even for a second, indulge two friends talking about bullshit. But speaking of talking about bullshit, this always happens. You'd think I start getting embarrassed, actually. It's kind of crazy how much it happens. But you know, that's what friends are for. So maybe you can help me out. What the fuck are we gonna talk about next time?
Whatever we want.
Be nice to yourself, everybody.
Adiosness. Whatever we want.